always the biggest interest or biggest concern for the UNESCAP is how to maintain this economic and social development of the member countries. We have member countries, 62 member countries in Asia and Pacific, and most of them are developing countries. So still, the biggest concern is how to maintain the development to alleviate poverty and also meeting the unmet basic needs. So in that sense, we look at climate change as the biggest challenge, something to limit or slow down the member countries' development. Yes, certainly the issue of climate change is expected to change a lot of things in the development policy making process in East Asia. But, well, the reality is it's not fully addressed yet. So we are expecting more, mainstream of climate change concern in development planning, especially a very holistic approach to climate change should be, fully integrated in the national development planning. Well, we are not taking the climate change and isolated, separate issue in development challenge, and we also see a lot of, the synergy opportunity to address climate change issue together with broader socioeconomic development aspects. So in that sense, we'd like to, we are actually trying to, incorporate the idea of co-benefit in countries' development planning and mainstreaming climate change consideration into the national development planning. Yeah, it's not just a development project. It's more about as touched upon in the second question. It's more about entire process for development policy making, and adaptation is not a separate issue as I also mentioned, and it's a part of the broader socioeconomic development agenda, and adaptation and mitigation is also interrelated. Especially mitigation is something to scale down the impact of climate change and adaptation need. So it is more preventive approach to adaptation. And in UNESCAP, we have quite explicit mandate by the member countries highlighting the idea of green growth. Green growth is a rephrasing of environmentally sustainable economic growth. So still countries need economic growth, but those growth must be environmentally sustainable. So in this green growth approach, we have a lot of proposal on the cost-effective policy approach to address mitigation action, and actually countries are progressively adopting green growth policies in their economic development actions, and actually making some progress on the ground. On the adaptation front, of course, a number of UN agencies are already taking the sectoral action to promote countries' adaptation actions. But at UNESCAP, as a multi-expertise and ministerial outreach, we have specific mandate to promote more holistic approach to national adaptation actions, because different countries have different priorities on adaptation, and they have to address their specific development needs. So there must be some process of integrating all those ideas and choose the right option, the priority option for the adaptation action. I think this is something UNESCAP is putting the priority on. Of course, climate change, climate change and itself and response to climate change. This is an unprecedented practice for any countries in the region. So we still have a lot of uncertainty about future direction. But some countries are ahead and some countries are behind. So whatever the countries are taking spearhead approach, we have a lot of opportunity to learn from one to others. So I think research communities have a lot of important function to not just transfer, but maybe provide better analysis of those spearhead exercises and find a way to better replicate the successful experience to other countries.